Look at what I see. Still has a shiv wheel. Isn't she a beaut? They had a skip car right there. There's the cable works. And look at that, they got a collar made out of concrete. Ooh, I can smell sulfides. Phew. You can see where the skip car went up there and it would automatically dump. Look at that, that's good looking. Wow, look at that. You don't see those anymore. Well, what alerted these guys to dig here is see these sulfides in here, the yellow? Well, they said, hey, we got pyrite in there. And when they got close to it, they said it's arsenopyrite. And of course, you know gold likes to travel with arsenopyrite. All the timbers are rotting down there because there's a lot of snowfall up here. That's got some depth to it. Oh, oh, oh. Oh, there goes my water. It's got some depth to it. Look at that. Where they cut that all the way across. Look at that, all the stoping they did down there. All the stalls. That's nice. This has got to go underneath the road. Oh, there's your electrical right there.
Over the other side of the creek where...
Yeah, you can see the woods all... Oh, we got another false floor. Oh, look at that. More stuff. Oh, geez. Hey, it's Silas McGee. 14 ton rock. Hey. Once these things are fully loaded, they can weigh up to 2,000 pounds. If you remember the song, 16 tons, you were required by the company to move 16 of these a day. So how does this thing work? This right now is on a haulage level, and it would pick up the ore out of these ore bins and dump it to another ore pass. And there's a handle over here, and it's got a lock on it. And when you thrust it to the side, you can dump it, and see how the gate opens on the end, like a dump truck? And you can actually swivel it left and right. And it's perfectly balanced. See, look at this. I'm barely using my hand just to rock it because it's perfectly balanced. Isn't that cool? Lock it. Then you turn this plate over that keeps the handle from coming out of place. Oh yeah, this is probably that crappy part that he was talking about. Yeah.
This is a lot like that little mine I have. I mean,
You can see my breath. Right.
They just followed a vein straight down.
Oh, look at this. I haven't seen one of these in a long time. Oh, you know what this is? Oh, you had to be a tough burger to operate one of these. All right, so what is this thing? Well, this is what they used to mount the pneumatic drills on. You can see where it would bolt in right here on the side. And this one, this is a nice one. You loosen this guy up, it opens the clasp, you slide it in this way, and then rotate it forward. It locks in, and then you turn this, and this clamp jaw will lock down on it. It's just got like a little ring clasp on it. So they drill, they would load, they would blow around, they come in, bar down, muck, and what would you do with it? Well, you get some big timbers like this one. Well, actually, that's a little timber. Oh, that's a heavy mucker. And you put them on there like that. And see these holes right here? You put a rod in there and you spin it. And then you spin this thing up until it comes in contact with the back. And you usually put another block of wood there. So you put this guy in first, then you get that heavy 100-pounder, and you lock him in, chunk, shunk, tighten him up, and what do? You start drilling those holes. Then when you're done, you move them out of the way, and you load them with dynamite. See how they got like 12 holes here? In this hard limestone, they drill, and you notice, see how he's drilling up and up? Because he's keeping that drill in one spot. He's not moving it all around and getting crazy. So he drills here, then he angles the drill up, drill, angle the drill up higher, drill, 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 drill. And then they would shoot that round and blast all that rock out. See that? These are all knockoff bits. They just thread them on the end of their drill steel. And look at this, I got a canteen.
How beautiful.
I know, right? Look at that. These are in really good shape. These are brand new. Look at that, beautiful spikes. There is a haulage tunnel or drift that goes all the way through the mountains and connects in with the number 1, which is on the other side. That's how they got all the ore from that mine to here, and then they would truck it down to a grizzly and then down into those cone crushers, and then it would go into the ball mills and the flotation cells after that. We got the man lift right here, which is referred to as a pony lift. You can get men on both of them. You can get men in and out really fast. And instead of running ore cars in and out, they would have 2 skips on here that would dump with an automatic mechanism at the top. That's referred to as a Kimberly. The wheels would lock into those tracks up there and automatically dump. It's a much more quicker and efficient way of getting ore in and out of the mine and dumped into the bin. These 2 skips run on a separate drum than this little pony lift. This pony lift operates off of a smaller one, which we're going to go take a look at. Here's your speed controller, variable resistor control right here, and then for your brakes right here, one for each drum. And then there's your depth indicators right there to tell you where your skips are at. This setup is completely intact. Hasn't been touched since it shut down in the 70s. And I wanted you to see this because everything is exactly the way it was as they left it. Even the controller's little heater is still here when it got cold out, because it gets cold up here. And of course they got the phone. Yeah, I'll take a 12-pack. Yeah, and give me my coffee while you're at it. It's very important that the operator concentrated on what this is doing, because this would tell him what he needs to do with those skips. Look at that. That's got a limiting chain on it too. I've never seen that. Get all that rock up in there. That's a cool design. Look at that. Just a little oil and this thing would be good to go. Look at that bunker, huh? See the switch right here? Now, in some of your bigger mines, they'll have a switch on the side here where they can click it to the left or right, and it actually, like on a regular standard gauge track, it'll shift back and forth. But on these smaller mines, what they do is they just come over here and they do this. See that? They'd pick it up, run it over. This one's got a little warp in it right there. This one has to mirror this outer track. See, that's why they both have that funky curve. Now, the reason why they did that is because they were starting to come to a curve here. And the only way they could do that is if they curve this piece. Well, remember, this piece has to mirror this piece. So when you do this, if it's straight, the wheels on the ore cart aren't going to stick to it. It's going to try to jump it. So they had to bend that other one to match this one. See that? I got a lens right here. They call it a lens. And a lot of times if it's in limestone, it's a replacement deposit. I got all different types of copper carbonate in there. See that? I got calcite on the outer edges, and I got malachite in there. And I got some chrysocolla in there, see that? And then in the middle, where it formed last, because it forms from the outside in, you can see where I've got traces of hematite in there. That's always a good sign too. Wow, look at these old dynamite boxes. Say Hercules powder on them. They're so fragile, I'm not going to touch them, because if you do, they're just going to fall apart. And they're in perfect shape. Look at that. Look at this, all over the place. And this one's got dynamite in it. This is really, really old dynamite. And you can see that it's all corroded. There's nothing left. It's just the cardboard tube, so there's no danger here. Oh, look at that malachite. Oh, that's so beautiful. Look at that. Oh, yeah. Look at this. Look. I want you to see this. See this? Yeah, it's got me a little bit worried. Be careful. That looks tasty, right? Oh, I feel air blowing out of here. There's air blowing out. Wow, where does it go? I don't know. Another pocket. That looks like a ore pass, doesn't it? Oh, I feel air. Oh my gosh, there's another. I'm not walking on that, no way. Oh, that looks so tasty. Look at that. Oh yeah, this is the good stuff. This is the good stuff right here. You could just fire it right back up.
Pretty much.
Imagine all the stuff that was ever made in here. Amazing. Oh, they even have a little ore card here. It's a side dumper. Look at these huge drill presses. Monstrous. Oh, look at the lathes.
That's a little one.
Little baby lathe. They probably got a monster one in here.
Down there, there's two bits.
Presses. More like a lot of lathes in here. Jeez. Huge lathe. Gotta get that 500-pound. Dynamite. Oh. You put your sample in here. Of course, the motor's missing. This thing would spin around, and then it would come out the bottom. This is how they would do sampling. And look, slickers. That's what the miners would wear. Because you wouldn't wear your regular clothes like this. Come on. So you'd wear these. Because when you're working down in the mines, it's really wet and dirty and muddy because of all the water, the natural groundwater that's down there. And of course, when you're working jackleg drills, they're water flush systems. So all that water's coming through, and it's like you're basically being rained on all the time. So you gotta wear your slickers. And of course, your galoshes, hard hat. And then at the end of the day, you go to a dry room, change out, get your city clothes back on, put your work clothes away. There's some more slickers right there from different churn drill holes, and they would number them at the top, 96, 94, so on and so forth. And then they'd have the depth, and this is what they were pulling out of there at the time. This is very unique. I've never seen anything quite like this.
So everybody was together?
Oh yeah, all the men are in here. There's where your bars are so far.
So the same time?
Yeah, all the men are in here showering together.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Oh, oops, there goes my bar of soap. This is what's referred to as a two-stage compressor. Massive compressors. The reason why this one's in pieces is because it was, from what I understand, they were doing maintenance on it. And they have two compressors. The mine is so big, they have a backup compressor while one is down for maintenance. So they were tearing this one apart and refitting it, and the other one was operating. Now I want you to get an idea of the size and scale of these things. I mean, this thing is massive. This thing is incredibly huge. And like I said, the only reason that this thing is not working is because they tore it down for maintenance. If you were to refit it with new seals, you could have this thing running again. So in the meantime, the other one would run until this one went up online. And they could switch back and forth. You had fun today. Did you have fun, Garrett?
I did.
This guy, I'll tell you what, he's got stories that chew your ear off. So we're gonna get with this guy later. He knows all this stuff. So until next time, this is Jeff Williams and
Gary.
That's right, you better know your name. You know what I'm gonna say, huh?
Yeah.
So come on, let's go!